we have a ton of Tulsi Gabbard for you today. Now, some of you don't know who she is. She's not my cup of tea, but you know what? She seems to be a lot of your cup of tea. And so I thought, I went and found a bunch of clips of some things that are great things to her credit. So I thought I'd bring them to you, specifically on who's puppeteering Joe Biden, who's in control of that guy. Also on her, if she was asked to be VP. So go ahead, let's watch this together. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I don't want to just pin the news down to people who I'm interested in. I'm in service to you guys, and every once in a while, because I do 4 videos a day, I can explore other people. Here's the lovely, wonderful Tulsi Gabbard.
Are you answering the question that everyone watching has, which is who is running the government at this point? It's obviously not Joe Biden. Yeah. You think Hillary Clinton?
It's not a leap of imagination to know that that's true when you look at the people who are in Joe Biden's administration. They are the people who were the right hands for the Obama administration, for President Obama, and for Hillary Clinton.
She specifically thinks it's Hillary Clinton who's a little more involved with all this. I don't know about that. But Tulsi Gabbard was actually oppressed by the government because she was a Democrat who was working she has a military background. She's an outstanding, advocate of the military, veterans. That's where she spends her private time. She herself signed up to go to Iraq, stepped out of politics, signed up to go to Iraq. Nothing but respect for this lady for that one. But then she said, when she started criticizing Obama's military stuff he was doing with the drone strikes and stuff, they came after her and actually threatened her, saying that she was treasonous, which implies that she could end up going to jail and being stripped of all of her rights. So she left the Democrat Party.
When Hillary Clinton said herself the other day, she said, "Oh yeah, I talk to the White House every day." So it is no shock or surprise who the influences are behind the policies that are coming out of this White House that many people say is the most radical and woke White House that our country has ever seen.
Now that's also really good because Biden was a lot of things: an oaf, a jerk, a liar. Biden was never radical and woke, radically woke. That was always someone else. In fact, ideologically, neither was Hillary. I think the radically woke was Barack Obama. He was the farthest left, formally studied under radical, actual Marxist, communist guys like Alinsky. But here's Tulsi Gabbard. Here's another venue for her on Jesse Waters. Watch this.
We look at foreign policy under the Biden administration. They see how President Biden is literally playing chicken with nuclear war with Russia.
What's this? Well, the more we keep saying that we're not going to send these certain kind of offensive weapons to Ukraine, then we send them. Now, Russia is watching us fight this proxy war. And at some point, they're allowed to just go, we know who's doing this. We know who's making this very difficult for us. It'd be no different than if, say, China funded Mexico to invade us. You'd go, you know what? We know Mexico can't do this. So now we're going to go and deal with China. So Biden has kept escalating what we're willing to do for Ukraine. And by the way, we made promises to Ukraine long ago, but we owe them. But we do not owe them getting involved in nuclear war with Russia. So that's Tulsi's brilliance here on the military side of things.
Putting us closer to the prospect of direct conflict with both Russia and China, and families and parents wondering, hey, are my kids, are my brothers and sisters in uniform going to be the next part of that high body count?
Hey, I always told my kids I would love to see them go into the military. I actually would not like to see them go into the military now under Biden. I don't trust him, and I would not want to subject my kids to that. I'm just saying I'm thankful they didn't go in under him. If they did go in, I'd want them under a president I respected, or at least a president that I thought was coherent and not in front of warmongering Democrats.
They think that they have a messaging problem, that somehow their beautiful story is not being told, but they're actually lying to the American people about their story. The reality that we are living in this country is what we know to be true, regardless of whatever lies they may be pushing out through their friends in the propaganda media.
Yeah, the media will never talk about what Tulsi's talking about. She's a truth teller. By the way, she's not a conservative Christian right-wing Republican either. She simply left the Democrat Party. So she's a great independent thinker. And so her criticisms of Biden don't hold. It's not done for politics. She talked about high price, about the military aspect, about them going woke. I find no disagreement with this woman.
Biden has weaponized the Department of Justice and undermining the rule of law, trying to take out his political opponent. But we've also seen in the news this week how they are also targeting peaceful pro-life protesters, literally locking up a grandmother who was in her upper 70s for years in jail.
Tulsi isn't even a pro-lifer, and she's defending us. She doesn't mean she wants to see us in prison for speaking, which the Democrat Party is doing. Good job, Tulsi Gabbard. She is more outspoken on defending 70-year-olds being imprisoned. Everyone in my audience, all my ladies, my grandmas out there who are 70 and up, who are pro-life, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Give us a thumbs up. Say hi, everybody. Here's one more.
There are a lot of Americans who are being targeted by this administration who are not seeing their names and their stories in the news. But this is the new norm that we can expect under a Biden-Harris administration, or even if they take Biden out and put in Harris.
Now, this is even to warn all you guys who go like, well, I'm not pro-life. I don't got to worry about going to jail. No, Tulsi Gabbard is saying it's for other things too. They will come for you for any reasonable dissent. That's the goal. Pro-lifers are just the canary in the coal mine. They're coming for any amount of disagreement. You see it in China and in North Korea. If they don't cheer enough for Kim Jong-un, if their facial recognition doesn't see your expression as happy enough, they will come after you. You know, the amount of facial recognition oppression they can do on America, these Marxists can do on America, it knows no end. We're talking about a complete 1984 style George Orwell takeover and control of you.
So you've been in a lot of different news stories talked about as a potential VP choice for Trump.
Oh yeah, I've heard her name thrown around too. It was always a mystery to me. Will she be VP? She weighs in on it.
I would be honored. I'd be honored to serve our country in that way or in other ways, and to be in a position to help President Trump if he is reelected, to actually address these challenges, to help execute those policies that will bring back a secure border.
So she's in it for the border. She would serve if she was asked. I don't think Trump has asked her, but it wouldn't surprise me. Trump, you know, he's an outsider. He can do anything he wants. But I will only say after seeing her positives and seeing that she would protect pro-lifers, even though she herself is not, that's a huge credit to her. And oftentimes, even her not being pro-life, she has spoken out more, defending and bringing it out to media to talk about pro-lifers being arrested than even some pro-life Christians in the Congress. So, you know, who exactly is helping? Who exactly is getting the word out? Tulsi Gabbard is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Doug in Exile.